The movie begins when 21-year-old Kizzy Basu attends a stranger's funeral. She does this as a way to relieve her loneliness, or perhaps to prepare for kicking the bucket. She is currently fighting thyroid cancer and lives a strictly regimented life full of medicines and restrictions. Kizzy finds her life boring and hopes to be normal again. One day, she runs into two friends, Manny and JP, dancing on the streets. She is stunned by their performance, especially Manny's. When Manny catches her staring, she quickly runs away, embarrassed. She then goes to a talent show to clear her head. It turns out that Manny is to perform on stage. Manny is loved by the audience, and they go along with his vibe. Ladies and gentlemen are enthralled by his charm. Not one is spared. At some point in his performance, Manny singles Kizzy out and dances with her. This will create a lasting impact for the duo. After the show, he opens a conversation with her, but immediately begins teasing her. When her mom arrives to pick her up, Manny's carefree approach to life surprises both women, and not in a good way. When Kizzy gets home, she works on her blog. In her blog, she describes him as irritating, arrogant, and narcissistic to the core. But she quickly notes that she doesn't want him eliminated from the reality contest show, and that she's tempted to watch him the following week. In the next scene, Kizzy and Manny meet at a support group organized at a hospital. He abruptly asks her to star in his movie, and she immediately declines, calling him mad. At the meeting, it is revealed that JP is suffering from glaucoma, is blind in one eye, and is scheduled to lose the other in a couple of months. It is also revealed that Manny previously suffered from osteosarcoma and has lost a leg. He is currently in remission and maintains an upbeat attitude towards life. Manny and JP are making a film together in which Manny plays the male lead, inspired by well-known actor Rajinikanth. The men are excited about their project and have such big dreams for it. Kizzy and Manny have further moments of antagonizing each other, but soon become friends. He takes her on a ride on his bike, he takes her sightseeing, and they bond. He and JP even follow her to a stranger's funeral, but the boys' antics draw unwanted attention to the trio, causing them to flee from the weight of the staring eyes. Manny invites Kizzy once again to be the female lead in their film. She agrees, but only on the condition that he listens to her favorite songs. He had earlier declared the songs boring, but because he really wants her on his team, he listens to them. When he does, he lets her know that the songs written by Abhimanyu Veer are deep. The two bond over his love for Rajnikanth's films and her love for Hindi music, specifically an incomplete song by retired songwriter Abhimanyu Veer. Not long after, JP's girlfriend breaks up with him because he will soon go completely blind. Manny encourages him, and the both of them egg the ex's house in order to blow off steam. Kizzy is with them, but does not actively participate. Manny then pulls her to the side while JP is throwing eggs to his heart's content. Manny tells her that he wants to find Abhimanyu so that they get the complete version of his song. Kizzy laments that he has gone into hiding, but Manny replies that even the Invisible Man was ultimately found, so Abhimanyu will pose no challenge. In the meantime, our main characters shoot their film and have fun doing it. Several montages alternate between their filming time and the time spent in medical facilities. JP loses his sight completely after an operation on his second eye, but this does not deter the brave lad from his dreams. He still works with his friends towards the completion of their film. As time goes on, Manny spends more time with Kizzy's family. Her dad takes an immediate liking to him, but her mom is slow to warm up to him. Perhaps it is because of the jarring first impression she had of his carefree attitude. Nevertheless, Manny spends quality time with the family. Kizzy and Manny gradually fall in love as time flies by. They do many things together, but make sure to not leave JP lonely. Manny takes Kizzy to prom, and the duo has a fantastic time. At the end of the night, while on a call, they decide to make Siri, the Tamil word for okay, their secret word that will help them remember that everything will be okay in life, and that it is important to stay positive. One day, Manny informs Kizzy that he has managed to track down Abhimanyu and get in touch with him. Kizzy emails Abhimanyu, who replies that he'll answer all her questions if she's able to visit him in Paris, where he lives. Kizzy and Manny try to convince Kizzy's parents to allow them to take the trip. It is an intense struggle because, from the parents' viewpoint, Kizzy's body cannot take the stress of such long-distance travel. Their concerns are valid, but clash with Kizzy's desire to live and not just exist. The opposing views bring about several heated conversations. They consult Kizzy's doctor and finally make some headway. It is agreed that Manny and Kizzy will go to Paris, but Kizzy's mother will join them. As they are making arrangements for the trip, Kizzy's cancer worsens, and she is suddenly hospitalized. After her recovery, she is weakened and initially distances herself from Manny. She pushes him away because she does not want to trouble him with her own issues. Her father sees the young man's love for his daughter, and he talks to her. He reasons that she was diagnosed with cancer early enough, and as her parents, they could have decided to abandon her at an orphanage, claiming that they did not want the extra burden, but they did not. In the same way, Mr. Basu urges his daughter to give Manny a chance. He told her to let Manny decide whether he wants to suffer or not. In other words, Kizzy should not take the right to choose away from Manny. She heeds her father's words and lets Manny in again. It is clear that despite the fact Kizzy was trying to protect Manny without his consent, the duo love and care for each other very much. However, Kizzy tells Manny that they don't have a future together. She says they can't be together. Manny wears his heart and romantic feelings on his sleeve, but agrees with her request to be just friends. They then discuss her strong desire to go to Paris. When told, her parents and doctor are reluctant to grant her wishes. They consider her weakened immune system, but she muses that Paris also has doctors in the case of any emergency. Later that night, Mr. Basu and Manny talk things out while the women are asleep. Mr. Basu tries to dissuade Manny from supporting Kizzy's drive towards Paris. He calls her desire silly in the face of the dire circumstances. Manny tells him his story, about how he lost his leg to the operation, and how his own father called his desire to not lose his leg silly. Manny says it may have been silly at the time, but he can no longer play basketball with enthusiasm due to the feeling of being incomplete anytime he played, making every loss justified and every win feel like a fluke. Manny further tells Kizzy's father that he has always had big dreams, but is not so driven to fulfill them. But Kizzy has this small one, but is determined to achieve it. Manny tells her father that he wants to help her achieve her dreams. He points out that going to Paris in these conditions may be silly, but Kizzy's joy in the silliness will be unparalleled. It seems the speech does the trick, as in the next scene, Manny, Kizzy, and Mrs. Basu are en route to Paris. They are intrigued by the beauty of the place. Manny and Kizzy eventually meet with Abhimanyu Veer. The songwriter is eccentric to say the least, and he treats them with disregard and makes callous jokes at their expense. When the pair voices their disapproval, Abhimanyu then reveals that he does not have conclusive answers and has no reason for not finishing the song. He points out that life itself is incomplete, and it is unfair to keep on living after a loved one passes. His mismatched, jumbled up, and negatively emotionally charged answers disappoint Kizzy, and she leaves very disturbed. She is disturbed because she feels there is truth somewhere in Abhimanyu's words. She tells Manny that no one can be happy after their loved one passes, and that her parents and Manny will lose their reason to smile after she passes. She concludes by echoing Abhimanyu's words that life is incomplete. Manny tries to cheer her up with jokes, and then he promises to finish the song for her and make it 10 times better. This pleases Kizzy. In the following scene, the pair goes sightseeing with her mom. It seems that her mother has warmed up to Manny and appreciates his presence and positive influence on Kizzy's life. She finally lets the lovebirds spend time alone. It is implied that after visiting exciting places like Montmartre, they do the deed. In the next scene, the duo is at a cemetery. Kizzy tells Manny that just as her breathing equipment is imperative for her lungs, Manny is imperative for her heart. She declares that her heart beats faster anytime he is near, and that she loves him. Manny is moved to tears, and Kizzy asks what she has done wrong. He reveals that she has done nothing wrong. Soon after, he informs her that he had earlier done a PET scan and that it lit up like a Christmas tree. In other words, his cancer has returned, and he is now terminal. Kizzy is shocked by this news, but Manny quickly tries to make her feel better. He makes her agree to play pretend. He wants them to pretend that he will not pass anytime soon. The pain of this revelation is so much that the duo immediately jump on an opportunity to escape reality. In the following weeks, Manny, Kizzy, and Mrs. Badu travel back to India. Try as they may to play pretend, the daunting prospects of reality hit hard on them. When apart, Manny and Kizzy are shown to be distraught and intensely saddened. Manny, Kizzy, and JP keep spending a lot of time together. Manny's health deteriorates quickly and Kizzy feels absolutely helpless. But she doesn't give up. She repeats Manny's earlier words back to him and tells him to seize his moment. When she encourages him to finish his film, he is open to this. Their friends and family, including Kizzy's parents, play roles in the film, and with collaborative effort, the film is completed. One night, Kizzy receives a call from Manny telling her to come to the Pyle Theater. He tells her that he needs help. On getting there, she finds Manny bleeding from the site of a medical complication. It is revealed that he came to watch a movie without assistance because he wanted to do something for himself, even if for one last time. He tells Kizzy not to call his parents, and so she calls an ambulance. As Manny is rushed to the hospital, Kizzy reflects on how the person who taught her to smile was now screaming in pain, and she couldn't do anything. After several weeks, Manny recovers enough to be sent back home. He then invites JP and Kizzy to his mock funeral, where they deliver eulogies that they have both prepared. It is a strong emotional catharsis for the trio. They laugh and shed much-needed tears. Manny dies a couple of days later, leaving a letter for Kizzy, explaining that he had finished Abhimanyu's song for her and had even convinced Abhimanyu to help him with the music despite considering him a terrible person. It is worth noting that even after his passing, Manny kept his promise to her. JP's finished film premieres in an open-air theater to a heartwarming response from the crowd, which consists of Kizzy and Manny's friends and family. It is clear that all lives present are touched. In the final scene of his film, Manny breaks the fourth wall and directly speaks to Kizzy, telling her to live life to the fullest, to which she replies, "Siri."